Write a program to accept command line arguments in Java. Define the class. Our class name is CLA. Define the main method and execution starts from here. Let us understand what are command line arguments. A Java application can accept any number of arguments from the command line. This allows the user to specify configuration information when the application is launched. The user enters command line arguments when invoking the application and specifies them after the name of the class to be run. Command line arguments are the arguments that we pass while running the program. I'll show both the way, passing command line argument using Eclipse and passing command line argument using command prompt. So suppose you are running your program using command prompt. This is my command prompt. In Mac operating system, it looks like this. We need to open the terminal window. In Windows operating system, you need to open CMD. How do you compile your program? In command prompt, we have command javac. Javac command invokes the Java compiler and you need to mention the source file name. So javac followed with the source file name is the syntax to compile the program in command prompt. My source file name is cla.java. As soon as you press enter key, cla.java will be compiled and a class file will be created. Next, you need to execute the compile code. To run the class file, we have command java. Java command invokes the interpreter and it executes the class file. So write java command followed with a class name. This is how you generally execute your program on command prompt. Now when you are using command line arguments in your program, you need to mention those arguments on the command line when you run your program. So it should be java command followed with a class name followed with the command line arguments. Now whatever arguments are passed through the command line, these arguments get stored as strings in string array that is passed to the main method. So this is the use of string array parameter passed to the main method. This string array parameter is used to capture the command line arguments. So whatever arguments you pass through command line get stored as strings in string array that is passed to the main method. We can use these command line arguments as an input to our Java program. So how many command line arguments are we passing? We are passing 3 arguments, that is hello, 23 and 6. Now 2 things you need to understand. These 3 arguments are stored in this string array, args. In that string data type format, whatever arguments you pass are always strings. So the first argument is hello. The next argument is 23. 23 is a number, but it is stored as a string only. And the next argument is 6. Even number 6 is stored as a string only. So if you try to say 23 plus 6, this will not add up the value and this will not give you 29. It will concat the value because strings are always concatenated. It will concat the value and you will get 2, 3, 6. Arrays are accessed by index numbers and the index starts from 0. So the value at 0th index is hello, value at first index is 23 and value at second index is 6. These all are strings. Now the execution starts from here. The first statement is we are creating string s equal to args of 0. So what does this mean? A string reference is created. In Java, strings are objects. So when a string reference is created, the reference is created on the stack memory area. And what are we assigning to the string reference? A string value, args of 0. So this is my array reference args. 0th index of this args has value hello. So this value hello is stored in string reference s. Now how do we store objects in Java? This reference variable s. When you say string s, string is a class. S is the reference variable pointing towards string object. So reference variable s is created on the stack memory area and the actual object is created on the heap memory area. Now in Java, string class has given the facility to assign the value directly inside the double quotation marks to the string reference. When you are creating any other object, you need to use new keyword. Class name, reference name equal to new keyword and then constructor call. This is the syntax. But when you are declaring strings, please refer to the video title string for more details on strings. So when you are declaring string, you can directly assign the value to string reference. So the value we are assigning is hello. Hence value hello is stored inside the object string and string reference s is pointing towards the memory location where the object is residing. Next statement, system.out.println s. So we are printing string object s. Value of string object s is printed to the console. The value hello is printed to the console. This is your first out. The next output is, now pay attention very carefully. We are declaring an integer variable a. So memory will be allocated for this integer variable a. And what are we storing inside this integer variable a? We are storing number 23. So ARGS of 1. That means this is my ARGS and the value at index number 1 is 23. But this value is in string format. And you cannot store string value in integer variable a. So what you have to do is, you have a method parseInt. This method belongs to class integer. Now these all data type classes are called as wrapper classes and they have their particular methods for data type conversions. So this number 23 in string format is parsed by the method parseInt and it returns int value. So the string value 23 gets converted into int value 23. Who does this? The method parseInt belongs to integer class. And this number 23, now this is a pure integer. This is stored in int variable a over here. Next statement is int b. So memory for variable b will be allocated. Again, what are we storing inside variable b? ARGS of 2. That is, this is my ARGS and value at index 2 is 6. But this 6 is in string format. So method parseInt convert the number 6 in string format into integer format and this int value 6 is stored in variable b. Now when we say system.out.println a plus b, variable a retrieves value 23, that is pure integer, plus variable b retrieves value 6, that is pure integer, and 23 plus 6 is 29. This gets printed to the console. You can see on the command prompt, first output printed is hello, the second output printed is 29, and the last thing system.out.println length of the array, this is a string printed to the console, this is printed to the console, and ARGS of length, this is a field, this is not a method. This field length belongs to any object of array and the use of this length is, it returns you how many elements are there inside your array. So how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 elements in my array. Hence 3 is printed to the console. This is how command line arguments works. Now let us do this program using command line. You can write the Java source file using Eclipse or you can just open text editor and create a Java source file using text editor. So I'll show how to write a Java program in text editor. This is Mac operating system. In Windows operating system, you need to open Notepad. Here I am opening inbuilt text editor, file, new, and start writing the code. Select the location where you want to save the file. So after typing the program, you need to save this file using .java extension. Here we are using integer.parseInt method. This is inbuilt Java class, but you must have observed we have not imported any package. Why? Because integer class is present inside java.lang package and java.lang package is the default package for every core Java program. It is included in your class automatically by the compiler. You don't need to explicitly write import statement for java.lang. That is why this code will work. So save the file, click on file menu, save, you'll get this. Select the location where you want to save. So I'm saving this file in documents folder, in documents, Mira folder and mention the file name, that is cla.java and click on save. So if you click on finder, click on documents, click on the folder where I have saved this file. cla.java is seen over here. Now open terminal, click on the file, click on the address, get info and copy the address. Go to the terminal, cd command to change the directory, paste the address and you get into the location where you have saved the file. Just type in javac command and name of your Java source file, that is cla.java and press enter. You can see cla.class is created in this same folder. How do we execute the file? Using Java command, Java and class name. And you need to pass command line arguments. You are invoking 3 command line arguments in your program. you need to pass 3 command line arguments. So if you don't pass the arguments, this is what happens. An error is occurred saying that index 0 out of bound. That means you are accessing the array element at 0th index and it is not present because you haven't passed the arguments. That is why you get the error. So if you pass the arguments, for example, Meera 6789 and press enter key, you get the output. The first argument is printed, Meera. Addition of 67 plus 89 is printed, 156, and the length of array is 3. This is how you get the output on command prompt. Now let us try to do this in Eclipse. I'll copy the same program. I'll just show the execution. Open Eclipse, create a class. Class name is CLA. You can give any class name. While writing the program in text editor, I haven't included package. But here we are creating package automatically through Eclipse. Click on main method, finish. Copy the code inside main method. So if you are not passing command line arguments, you will get error. Exception in thread main. Array index out of bound. Index 0 out of bounds for length 0. That means that interpreter is trying to access array element at index 0, but it is not present. That is why you are getting error. So let us pass the arguments. Click on run. Click on run configurations. Select the class, that is CLA. Select argument tab, and here in program arguments you need to pass 3 arguments. For example, hello for 7. 3 arguments we are passing. Click on run and you get the output printed to the console. So this is how command line arguments work using Eclipse and using command prompt.